Thank you. I'm fine. I'm fine now. It just was like everyone was ganging up on me for like two years.
Yeah.
Reconnecting, things were better. And then, of course, when the episode airs, although we've already gone through it and worked through our stuff.
Kris Jenner became furious after being ousted from Kourtney Kardashian home. Kourtney, deeply upset with her mother's persistent attempts to mend their strained relationship, had cut off communication with Kris. Despite Kris' recent efforts to reconcile, Kourtney decided to take a stand and asked her mother to leave. Their turbulent relationship dates back to the launch of their family reality show in 2007. As Kris frequently intervened in Kourtney's life, tensions often ran high. One notable incident was when Kourtney, happily in love with Scott at the time, wanted a private wedding. Kris, however, turned it into a family affair, insisting everyone be involved, which strained their bond further. Adding to the friction, Kourtney harbors resentment toward Kris for her past infidelity, which ended her marriage to Robert Kardashian Sr. Kourtney, close to her late father, vividly remembers the pain caused by Kris' affair with Todd Waterman. A heated argument erupted when Kris compared her own infidelity to Kourtney's relationship with Yoon's Benjima, emphasizing the stark differences in their situations. The rift between mother and daughter was further exacerbated by Kris' occasional attempts to publicly embarrass Kourtney on their reality show. After Kourtney definitively ended her relationship with Scott, Kris unexpectedly began pushing her to marry him. Speculation among Kardashian fans suggested Kris' motive was to keep Scott around for entertainment value on the show. Despite Kourtney's clear desire to explore other relationships after years of on and off with Scott, Kris continued to criticize her choices, attempting to dictate her life. As many are aware, Kris oversees all her children's careers and reportedly takes a 10% cut from their businesses. Kourtney herself hired Kris as her manager in 2018. However, it became evident that Kris favored Kim and Kylie, whom she deemed more profitable. Kris even missed Kourtney's first photo shoot under her management, prioritizing Kim's public image in the aftermath of Kim's private tape scandal. Kourtney attempted to terminate their professional relationship 3 or 4 times. Rumors circulated that Kourtney eventually freed herself from Kris' influence and secured a new manager. Allegedly, this decision strained their relationship, leading fans to speculate that Kris deliberately ignored Kourtney and neglected to promote her ventures simply because she wouldn't yield her 10%. It was also noted as unusual that Kris omitted any mention of Kourtney attending the 2022 Oscars, despite Kourtney being the first Kardashian-Jenner member to attend such a prestigious event. Before we delve into Kourtney's decision to ask Kris to leave her home, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the latest Kardashian updates. Now, turning to Kris' recent behavior, she notably ignored the launch of Kourtney Lumi P gummies while actively promoting every Skims, Good American, and Kylie Cosmetics drop. It's clear Kris prioritizes financial gain, evident in her frustration over not earning 10% from Kourtney ventures. Consequently, she has withheld support from Kourtney businesses despite no longer managing her. Fans criticized Kris and the Kardashian sisters for this selective support, calling them hypocritical given their past criticisms of Kourtney for not having her own business and accusing her of laziness. Now that Kourtney has embarked on her own venture without her momager involvement, they show little encouragement. Sources close to Kourtney reveal she remains unfazed, enjoying the peace of distancing herself from daily family interactions. Kourtney's decision to create space from her mother stems from feeling consistently undervalued compared to her sisters. Unlike Kim and the others whom Kris manages closely as profitable assets, Kourtney and Rob have pursued more independent paths. Kourtney's therapy journey has heightened her awareness of these familial dynamics and behavioral patterns. In contrast, other family members have been less receptive to therapy as a means of personal growth. Despite Kourtney's repeated efforts over the years to emphasize the value of therapy to her family members, including several attempts to discuss it with Kris, she was met with deflection and avoidance each time. After one such conversation, Kourtney concluded that her mother-controlling nature was overwhelming, and being around her made Kourtney determined never to emulate that behavior. This realization left Kourtney feeling unable to open up to Kris about her own issues. Kourtney disclosed that she made one final attempt to address these issues with Kris in hopes of improving their relationship. However, it resulted in a major argument, prompting Kourtney to cut off all contact. This arrangement lasted for about a month. According to Kourtney, Kris continued to reach out through calls and messages, but Kourtney chose not to respond, leading to a period of silence between them. They occasionally crossed paths at family gatherings like birthdays and holidays, but Kourtney maintained her distance during these encounters. The situation reached a head when Kim and Kris unexpectedly showed up at Kourtney's door, intending to mediate a reconciliation between her and Kris, as well as for Kim to discuss matters with Travis. They planned to take the couple out to dinner, but Travis expressed discomfort with the intrusion. According to the insider, Travis insisted that they respect Kourtney's boundaries and leave her alone for good, emphasizing Kourtney's repeated statements about wanting less involvement with the family. The situation escalated when Kim made a hurtful comment to Travis, which led him to ask her to leave the house. This incident marked the breaking point for Travis. Meanwhile, Kris began crying and expressed a desire to continue speaking with Kourtney. However, according to the insider, Kris also aired grievances about Kourtney's actions. In response, Kourtney decided to ask Kris to leave her house as well. Kris' remarks evidently struck a nerve, as reported by the insider, revealing her deep distress over Kourtney's rejection. Khloe commented on Kris' struggle to detach herself and respect Kourtney's boundaries, noting Kris' difficulty in relinquishing control. "That's Kris' issue, letting go and waiting, which my mother finds really challenging," Khloe remarked. Clearly, the rift between the two remains unresolved. Following these events, Kourtney and Travis opted to stay in a holiday home and distance themselves from the family. Kourtney is reportedly considering a permanent move, highlighting the ongoing strain within the Kardashian-Jenner family. The divide between mother and daughter deepened with Kris' occasional attempts to publicly embarrass Kourtney on their reality show. As Kourtney definitively ended her relationship with Scott, Kris unexpectedly pressured her to marry him, speculated by Kardashian fans to maintain Scott entertainment value on the show. Despite Kourtney's desire to explore new relationships, Kris continued to criticize her choices and dictate her life. Known for overseeing her children's careers and taking a 10% cut from their businesses, Kris' favoritism towards Kim and Kylie became apparent when she missed Kourtney's initial photo shoot under her management, focusing instead on Kim after her private tape scandal. Despite Kourtney's attempts to sever their professional ties, rumors suggested she eventually broke free from Kris's influence and secured a new manager, straining their relationship further. Before we delve into Kourtney's decision to ask Kris to leave her home, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel Pop Gossip for all the latest Kardashian updates. Now, turning to Kris' recent behavior, she notably ignored the launch of Kourtney Lumi P gummies while actively promoting every Skims, Good American and Kylie Cosmetics drop. Clearly prioritizing financial gain, Kris' frustration over not profiting from Kourtney ventures led her to withhold support despite no longer managing her. Criticism from fans and accusations of hypocrisy followed as Kris and the Kardashian sisters selectively supported Kourtney's entrepreneurial efforts. Sources close to Kourtney reveal she remains unfazed, enjoying the peace of distancing herself from daily family interactions, driven by her consistent undervaluation compared to her siblings. Kourtney's journey in therapy heightened her awareness of familial dynamics, but her attempts to discuss the benefits of therapy with Kris were consistently met with avoidance. Their final confrontation resulted in Kourtney severing all contact for a month, despite occasional encounters at family gatherings where she maintained a noticeable distance. For more exclusive Kardashian updates and celebrity gossip, don't forget to subscribe to Pop Gossip and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest news.